Hey y'all, what's going on? I'm here for Empire Season 3, Episode 6. I know I'm late, y'all. I just finished watching the episode. But pretty much this episode was based around Empire getting hacked. So we start off with Angelo and Cookie. He's at her door greeting her with some coffee. He's trying to, fill up on her, but she doesn't want to distract him with sex while he's running for mayor. But she does send him some nudes to hold him off until, the campaign is over with. Then we get Jamal and the down low brother in the studio. Jamal is not feeling it. He's been off his meds lately, so he's not feeling the vibe with the songs right now. Then we get Anika and Lucius. Anika, she's trying to put the baby to sleep, and Lucius, he plays a lullaby for the baby, and she ends up going to sleep, and um, that's when we find out Empire got hacked. So they bring in the top IT guy or whatever to try to fix the issue, and Lucius, he at the damn table getting his damn hair permed while he's talking to the guy. Um, Lucius doesn't think that Sean did it though because it's too complicated for him, and that's not his style and all this other stuff, and he doesn't think Tyreek did it either. But Dre, he suggests that Vaughn did it. And if you guys don't remember who Vaughn is, that's French Montana's character who we got introduced to earlier on in the season. Then we get Nessa and Hakeem. They're in the studio recording. They're vibing. And, he's still trying to persuade Vanessa about them two being together versus her being with Andre. Andre, he comes in, and Hakeem is pretty much telling her that she has to choose between them, and he tries to bring up Andre's bipolar issues to turn Vanessa off from him and all this other stuff. And Vanessa says, they ain't got shit to do with me or whatever, what y'all got going on. And so Dre, he gets up in Hakeem's face and tells him, boy, you better back the fuck off. I mean, he had more bass in his voice when he said the shit, but I was just like, ooh, that damn Andre is fine. He crazy, but he fine. Like, it just kind of turned me on for some reason when he did that shit. But anyways, Vaughn, he comes into Lucius' office or whatever, and Lucius, is accusing him of the email hack or whatever. Vaughn doesn't know what he's talking about. And Lucius is like, I invited you and Birdman to my home as my friends or whatever. And when I told y'all about Empire Extreme and y'all was trying to buy me out and I said no, maybe y'all felt some type of way about it. And Vaughn was like, man, I knew Empire was going to go under and all this other stuff, and that I was working for Live Nation, but I got fired. Next thing you know, the IT guy, he rushes in to tells them not to open up any emails and everything, and they see a whole bunch of emails coming up on their phones and computers and all this other stuff, and next thing you know, it's a ransom note that comes up on the screen and everything. So pretty much they want some money, whoever is doing it. And so Lucius, he jumps on the IT guy and threatening him and all this other stuff, saying, I paid you good money or whatever. You better have this shit fixed by today or that's your ass. And I'm like, calm down, Lucius. The man trying to do what he can. You scaring him. How he gonna get his job done efficiently and you scaring him like that? But anyways, they go to I guess some computer room or whatever that's in Empire, and the IT guy is telling them that there's no way to stop it and all this other stuff. And Lucius, he pretty much just wants the email hacking or whatever to be kept away from Empire Extreme. Angelo, he's doing like a press conference. Cookie is there to support. Lucius ends up calling her up and is telling her that it's an emergency board meeting. They're at the board meeting, and the people they're suggesting that they just pay the ransom. Cookie, she's saying that we done had a couple of emails and hold on, y'all. Sorry, that was distracting me. But anyways, my phone was telling me to take it off the damn charger, but and the phone kept on lighting up and shit. But anyways, I'm sorry, but so where was I at? Oh yeah, so Cookie was saying that me and Lucius done been through way worse than a whole bunch of emails and all this other stuff, and we ain't scared. And one of the ladies, she suggests that, that somebody is messing with corporate funds based on, the email hackings and what the emails, revealed. So that's when Andre says that, oh, Uncle Vern, Malik Yoba's character from season 1, he's like, he used the funds to, entertain some prostitutes, and, pretty much I was trying to cover up for him. And so one of the guys tells him that, he's going to have to step down from the board or whatever for covering it up. And then Dre, he's like, oh, really? Because in those emails, it also showed that Vern wasn't the only one paying for sex frequently or whatever. And they all looking at him like, what? And all this other stuff. And then he exposes, other people around the room too. So moving on from that, we get Graham, Romeo's character. He's dissing Tiana, saying that she's whack in bed and that she's a mediocre singer. He put in the video out saying all this shit. Next thing you know, Lucius comes in while Cookie is trying to talk to Tiana and, Becky or whatever. And they all have to apparently get new phones and all this other stuff because of the email hacking. Everybody that got hacked. Tyreek shows up with the FBI and everything. And next thing you know, Cookie's news comes big as day on the damn screen or whatever. The news that she sent to Angelo. And she's like, what the hell y'all looking at? They perky. I said that damn Cookie a mess, but I mean, she handled that shit though. She said, the hell y'all looking at? At least they perky. But anyways, Cookie, she's telling Lucius that, Angelo campaign manager is thinking that, he leaked her news or whatever to mess with Angelo's campaign announcement or whatever. And Lucius is like, I don't care about y'all relationship and all this other stuff. And don't you think you too old to be leaking news to be sending news anyway? And she's like, oh, are you just mad because you gotta lift up your stomach to see your And as she's saying that, Anika walks in with Sean, and Sean is like, I heard you thought, I leaked the email, I'm sorry. He's like, I heard you thought I leaked the emails or whatever. He's like, that's not my style and everything. And Anika, she pretty much believes Sean or whatever. So moving on from that, we get the A&R guy and Becky, he's asking for Becky's help in regards to Tiana's single, because now the single that she had originally recorded got, leaked or whatever due to the hacking. And, Becky has an idea, but she doesn't want to say, but he swears that he'll get her back on, Tiana's team. And, she tells him pretty much, let her record the other song that I wanted her to record or whatever, and use that as the single instead. And make that other song, like it was a demo and everything. And he was like, and she's telling him, but I need you to have my back and telling Cookie that this is my idea. So he claims that he's all in with it or whatever. He claims that he's all in for it or whatever, but we see later on how much of a snake he is. But anyways, Jamal is in the studio still with the Down Low brother, and it's erasing all of Jamal's tracks and everything, and yeah, pretty much everything is gone. I'm sorry, I'm trying to look at my notes. Okay, so we get Cookie and Angelo. She's like, that your campaign manager would let me, come to see you because apparently, my nudes ruined your campaign. And he's talking about firing his campaign manager and all this other stuff and anybody else that's going to disrespect her. And she's like, look, my past is going to fuck up your campaign. And, she can't sit there and allow that. And pretty much she ends things with him and tells him that she thinks that he should go. And I felt kind of bad or whatever, because I want Cookie to be happy. I had my reservations about Angelo at first, but he seemed like a solid dude. And he seems like, he really is for her. And she kind of just needs to stop, pushing these dudes away. You know what I'm saying? And just let somebody besides Lucius bitch ass love her. But anyway, so moving on from that, Lucius, he tells Andre he wants, him to fire everybody that's been talking bad about him. He needs a clean slate because nobody is loyal and all this other stuff. The IT guy comes in, and apparently there's a key logger or whatever. I guess showing, who hacked them or whatever. So they go into the studio where Tiana is at, and they're grilling her about who's been in there with her in the recent weeks. And Graham's name comes up. And Tiana says that Graham hacked her phone once, and he hates on every label, especially Empire, and how he has all his music, and he called Lucius some kind of dinosaur and everything, and then he says that he was gonna humiliate Empire in front of everybody and all this other stuff. So yeah, but anyways, they're at Graham's house, Andre and Lucius, they get inside Graham's house, and Graham, he comes in like, yo, what y'all doing here? And all this other stuff, and he thinks he's on punked with Ashton Kutcher. I'm like, no, my friend, you about to die. So they show him that everything is on his computer or whatever. They know that he did it. And Graham is like, I would have no reason to do that and all this other stuff. And, next thing they send Shine and the big boys in to, handle Graham and all this other stuff. And Shine, he got on the black gloves, the plastic gloves, so it's about to get messy. So yeah, like I said, Lucius pretty much sent them in to finish off Graham. So bye-bye to Romeo's character. Then we get the Empire Extreme event where they're honoring Andre as the president of Empire Extreme, and Xavier as the new head of A&R, and Becky, she's pissed off because he proposed Becky's idea to Cookie as his own or whatever, and I'm like, see, Becky, why would you do that? He already played you last episode when he pretty much snitched on your ass about you letting Tiana record that single, and then I told you he a new motherfucker. You don't trust new motherfuckers. Like, come the fuck on. Like, but no, for real, she knew better than that. She knew better than that. But anyways, Nessa and Hakeem, they're performing. And as they're performing, she's singing to Andre in the audience and everything. And Hakeem, he's getting mad jealous and trying to take her attention off of Andre and everything. But she keeps on, posting her attention to him. So then we get the Down Low brother. He comes to Jamal's place and everything because earlier in the episode, Jamal called him or whatever because the Down Low brother suggested that Jamal needed to, get back on his pills to get his mind right and everything. And so Jamal, he's all hyper telling him about his ideas and all this other stuff. You could tell he's on the medication. And he's talking about, telling all the family secrets and doing it through his music and all this other stuff. And then next thing you know, him and the Down Low brother back on the BS, and they make, they have sex and everything, and they in the bed and all this other stuff, and Down Low brother trying to roll over and kiss on Jamal and everything, and he realized something is wrong. Jamal is not waking up, and he sees that Jamal pretty much done OD'd on the damn medication. I said, God damn it, I knew the boy was going to do it sooner or later. I knew it. I knew he was. I was like, oh, I hope he don't get addicted to that shit. And next thing you know, the motherfucker passed out in the bed and everything. So Down Low brother, he calls Jamal's counselor or whatever to come over and everything, and the counselor comes over. Down Low brother is like, I didn't want to call the ambulance because I didn't want to bring press or attention to the situation. I said, no, you don't want motherfuckers to know that you low key gay. But anyways, so the counselor guy, he pushed Jamal in a cold shower or whatever, and then that's when Jamal wakes up not knowing what the hell is going on. Cookie, she's watching Angelo on the TV answer, questions from the paparazzi and everything, and he pretty much is telling them, y'all messed up my relationship with Cookie or whatever. She ended it with me today. And he's like, I'm tired of, people disrespecting women in their privacy or whatever, this, that, and the third. So he decides to take off his shirt to stand in solitary with Cookie, for her news getting leaked out or whatever. And he said, "Do I have to strip down my pants too?" So Cookie, she's delighted to see that or whatever. And then lastly, we get Andre and Vanessa. He takes her to some shifty place or whatever, and he meets up with Vaughn and everything to pay him the money or whatever, because he had Vaughn help him cause all this commotion with Empire or whatever. And yeah, so he gives him the money, because his job is done and everything. And this was Andre's whole plan, so he could be president. So he could be president of Empire Extreme. And pretty much he wants Vanessa by his side. And that pretty much was the episode, y'all. I'm sorry, I feel like I was all over the place, but y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you guys come back, and I will see you guys tomorrow for Real Housewives of Atlanta.